What up, y'all? This Shilling Carter. This Carter 94 feet. A Tyrese Haliburton and the Indiana Pacers are moving on in the in-season tournament to be facing whoever wins between the Milwaukee Bucks and the New York Knicks tonight. Now, the Pacers handled business last night, beating the Boston Celtics in Indianapolis in the Fieldhouse. Handled business, winning by 10, thanks to Buddy Hield's three-pointer. But there's one thing I want to address. This is Tyrese Haliburton's first ever game on TNT, national television. This is another example. When you talk about you seeing someone like him play so great, and I'm seeing the media talk about him so much right now than it has ever been. This is a perfect example of why I feel like personally that I want to hear from y'all point of view in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. But it's like there needs to be a way to grow markets. Now there's some things that may be out of your hands, such as attraction of your city. That may be up to your mayor. They may be up to businesses and such, and some things like climate and weather is out of everybody's hands. That's just nature. But at the end of the day, there are some things I feel like personally that can grow a market. For one is money, and for two is winning. And when you win in games, you make money. So it's kind of like both. It's a bundle. So I feel like when you win in games, you should earn more national televised games in the middle of a season, regardless of what the schedule was set. And I'm talking about a good amount, not just one, a good amount. Like replacing a lot of teams that maybe have expected to get a lot of national televised games but are playing horrible. So you take them away from them. You take those games away from them and say, okay, we're going to reward the teams who are winning. We're going to reward the teams who are exciting to watch and are really making noise. That's what I would do. Because right now, not just the Indiana Pacers, but the Orlando Magic, they hooping. Minnesota Timberwolves, they hooping. So I will be trying to reward the teams who's really hooping right now, man. And who showed something in these first, what is like the first 20 games, something like that, or towards that direction. So that's what I would kind of look at. Maybe the first 20 so games in the season to see where players at, or where teams at. And if they are losing and they deserve, and they supposed to have a lot of national TV exposure, I would be rewarding other teams with those games. But let me know how y'all feel about it, because I really feel like a market can grow, at least from a small to a medium, and maybe a medium to a large, and then let it fluctuate depending on your team's success. Now, there are some things, like I said, will be out of your hands, like attraction. But I do think there's, like I said, winning and also in money can change it a little bit more than expected. So same for the Denver Nuggets, bro. How the hell? Like, nah, bro. Denver Nuggets, they deserve it. They deserve national TV games. Your championship team deserve the national TV games at the highest standard, as long as they're consistently showing up the second following year or the following year of their winning. So yeah, man, that's my thoughts on it. Let me know how y'all feel about it in the comments, man. But yeah, Indiana Pacers, they doing their thing. Shout out to Tyrese Haliburton right now. He's probably top 5, top 6 in the MVP conversation from what I've been hearing. And me personally, I will put him in there. He's hooping, man. He's on another level. Now, whether that stays going on later on this year, whether he sustains that, that's to be determined. But as of right now, who's hot, who's hooping, hey, he deserves that respect. He deserves that love. So shout out to Haliburton. And people forget, what is he like in his 4th year? 23 years old. Hey, man, that's what's up. Pacers, they stepped up defensively, got timely stops, which Shaq talked about on NBA TNT. So, and yeah, got them timely stops. But for them to really be successful going forward, playoffs, with Shaq and Chuck and everybody talk about NBA and TNT last night. in the halftime, and also after the game, which I agree with in terms of whether where where they need to land at defensively to be successful winning rounds and beating elite teams already that's known to be elite in the East, like the Milwaukee Bucks, like the Boston Celtics in the 7-game series. The offense is there, but the defense needs to be better. Right now, they're dead last 30th, ranked 30th. They need to be probably around 15th ranking defensively. Between 15th, maybe 20, something like that. And I think there are some things that are out of our hands as a Pacers squad right now from what I've seen. But there are also some things that can be adjusted. For one thing I feel like that can be adjusted is obviously the fundamental basics of paying attention to your man, paying attention to your defensive scheme, your defensive whatever the assignment or play that your coach is writing up for you. And yeah, the other thing is the right help defense. When someone's driving to the rim, you're right next to him. How about your help? Because that's one thing that I remember seeing last night that Chuck was talked about. Charles Barkley, he talked about, and I saw that it'll be times where someone would drive right to the rim and there's no help defense to stop that drive, such as when Aaron Nesmith was guarding Jaylen Brown. He drove right past him when Aaron Nesmith was all on him trying to guard him. And when he blew past him, where's the help defense? That's another part. So there's some effort. There is being defensive, having better defensive awareness. That can be changed. That and aggression and not being soft, that can be changed. But you know what cannot be changed? That will probably be why we can't be a top tier defense until it's probably a change rotation wise and with moves. That size. Nothing you can do with skilled tall players if you're small. I don't give a damn how much defense aggression you bring. Unless you're able to get a steal or you're athletic to jump up as high as you can for a block, that's your only way of really getting a stop. But really, like, causing an effect, a large effect, having your hand in a face, really contesting with your hand up and stuff, you won't be big enough to do so, to really cause a big effect. Unless they having just an off night. That's all I'm saying. Like on a consistent basis, a Giannis Antetokounmpo, a Pascal Siakam, in which we've seen, a Jeremy Grant, in which we've seen, they are gonna dominate. I don't give a damn. You put Bruce Brown, you put Aaron Nesmith, it don't matter. They 6'5", they 6'4". It won't matter. That is why I feel like personally, why you should be using a player like Jarris Walker at some point, who's 6'8". Hell, you even have Jordan Roy on a squad who's like 6'9". Now he may not be the best defensively, but hell, he can probably step up if given the chance. And if he's not doing well, take him off the court. But I'll give him a chance because he has the size and we need it going forward against certain squads. All this small stuff is not going to work against every team. And we sometimes get lucky when we get hot offensively shooting the ball. But if we're going to be better consistently and win games on a night-to-night basis against a lot of top teams with these big wings and stuff, we got to use our wings. We got to use our real size. And if we don't think our size is good enough skill-wise to be on the court, then what are we doing? We might have to make some moves. Simple as that. If we want to go far, if we want to go to the playoffs and make good runs and go farther than that to better things, well, yeah, they're going to have to be adjusted. Because ain't no way in hell a 6'5", 6'4", great defensive players that we have are good if that's too much of a stretch. One of our best defensive players being 6'4", 6'5", ain't no way hell going forward we're going to be successful to the highest standard of beating elite teams with them guarding those big wings like a Jason Tatum on a consistent basis. Like in a 7-game series, hell nah. Like we need a real wing. If you could be 6'7", you gotta have at least like a 7-foot wingspan. 6'7" plus 7-foot wingspan. That should be the standard of your wing with some strength on him. That's what should be the standard. And you know, there's some players out there. Obviously, you've been talked about potential trade rumors and signing rumors of OG Anunoby potentially. Those type of players been talked about. But something has to be done, whether we feel like it's in the house, like I said, with Walker and Wara and so on, maybe. But something got to change for us to really be successful at that higher standard if we're going to really reach another level as a team. Because, and don't forget, we lost to against Orlando Magic. That's another squad that has size with Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner. More size. So, yeah, that's for sure all limitation defensively. Offensively, man, sky's the limit, man. Hopefully Mathurin can keep on improving. He's in his second year. It's been up and down, but yeah, hopefully he keep improving, man, because Haliburton gonna need the help. Miles Turner, hopefully he keep stepping up because Haliburton needs the help. They need to help each other. But one, Miles Turner for sure need to be consistent getting these boards, because I'll tell you like this. I feel like he ran this court. It ran this course of giving chances after chance. I feel like if things do not go right this year with Miles Turner and the Pacers, listen, if things are not going right, if he start being inconsistent, which I've seen some games already with low rebounding and getting dominated and just not stepping up, he got to go, man. I'm not doing this no more. Like I've been one of those advocates who's been following Miles Turner and wanted him to continue improving, continue growing. I've been one of those players that've been talking about Miles Turner to get chances. But it comes to a certain point where you just got to draw the line because our team needs to grow. And if he's unable to do the basics like getting rebounds, hey, man, or step up being aggressive, doing the fundamental things in the paint, he got to go. Now, one thing for sure is to be understood. You can't kick him out for just anybody. If you do so, you will have to be aggressive in making a nice trade, whether it's to get somebody like a DeAndre Ayton that we would have had if, Phoenix Suns didn't match the offer sheet. Something like that. But it had to be a legit trade, a real trade. Someone with some value, not just anybody. Or someone young that has some potential value. Some of my favorite bigs right now, that may be far-fetched, but I'm just giving an idea. Like a Derek Lively II, like a Jalen Duren. Those are just ideas. It's not likely because they're in the way of hell. If I'm Detroit or the Mavs, I would be letting that type of player go. Unless the Mavs, they want to contend, they have Luka, Kyrie. That's probably more likely, if anything. And he's miles from Dallas, kinda. Well, near Dallas. So, I mean, that's a potential, but I'm just going to put that to the side as a potential thing if things don't work out. That's all I'm saying. But Miles Turner, good game against the Boston Celtics, 17-10. Hey, getting the rebounds, we need those on a consistent basis. Those rebounds and scoring on a consistent basis. But at the end of the day, man, Pacers, they did their thing, man. They on the road. They headed to Vegas. Let me know how y'all feel about the Pacers at this moment right now. Do y'all feel like at the moment they've been exceeding your expectations, or have they been underachieving? Where do you see them need to be improving? And do you agree, disagree with some of my takes? Let me know in the comments. Love to everybody. If you do here, like, comment, subscribe. I'm Sheldon Carter. This Carter 94 feet. I'm out.